If you put in accurate descent forecast data, the vertical deviation is usually near zero and the airspeed is near the target. The wind can be different than the forecast wind you put in the FMC. In this example, the tailwind is more than the wind you put in the FMC. During a path descent, the FMC commands pitch to keep the path, but the airspeed will be higher than the target. You can use the speed brake to add drag and decrease airspeed to the target. If you let speed increase to 10 knots or more than the target, the FMC shows the scratchpad message, drag required. You are below the airport speed restriction altitude. If you do not use the speed brake when the drag required message shows, the pitch mode reverts to VNAV speed when the airspeed exceeds the airport speed restriction speed by more than 10 knots. The aircraft then pitches to maintain 240 knots. Let's look at the same conditions for a VNAV speed descent. During a VNAV speed descent, the FMC commands pitch to keep the target airspeed. The wind continues to increase the altitude above the path, but there is no change in speed. The FMC continues to command pitch to keep the target airspeed. In this example, you are near a waypoint with an altitude constraint during a VNAV speed descent. The FMC shows the scratchpad message, unable next altitude. You cannot make the altitude constraint at this rate of descent. In the next example, the headwind is more than the wind you put in the FMC. During a path descent, the FMC commands pitch to keep the path, but the airspeed will be lower than the target. You can use the thrust to increase airspeed to the target. If airspeed decreases to 10 knots or more below the target, the FMC commands more thrust to increase airspeed to the target. During a VNAV speed descent, the FMC commands pitch to keep the target airspeed. The headwind moves the airplane closer to the path, but the airplane still pitches to the target airspeed.